What's up YouTube, James Baek here. Welcome back to another episode of VGC 17 Back-to-Back Battles. We have a new team since we did use Gastron plus Soaking for the last 7 episodes. So we're using a brand new team featuring the Japanese Nationals winning team of, I don't know if that's even right, whatever. We're going with it. Pelipper, Serena, Golduck, Tapu Koko, Metagross, and Garchomp. I've been playing around a bit with this team lately since I saw it in the Global Link, so I decided to play a few games with it. It's a bit interesting. I'm not exactly the biggest fan of it, but I think it was doable enough. So we're going to be playing a few games with this team and seeing how this goes. So it's for anyone who's not familiar with this team, it is standard Sash Pelipper with Scald over Brine. Has the Phydium Z Serena with Faint, standard Golduck with Encore over Ice Beam, modest Tapu Koko with Electro Ball over Volt Switch, AV Metagross, and a Scarf Garchomp. Now, if I want to change this team, I think there would be 2 points where I think I would change the Tapu Koko to Timid and maybe give it Thunder, to be honest, and Volt Switch. I don't feel like Electro Ball has really helped me at all. I know Electro Ball is there for like Porygon 2 or Snorlax, but I feel like I don't really have many problems with those Pokemon as much as weather control or just having speed in general. I think Tapu Koko was also a big annoyance to this team, opposing Tapu Koko, so I think Timid would have been better for me, as well as Brine on the Pelipper, because Porygon 2 has been a nuisance as well. But let's see if we can, are we able to pick up some wins with today's team. And I don't know why Bowspot has basically been dead. I haven't been able to find games recently. And 1448 rated player from Japan, well, it's better than before. When I was testing this team, it took me like 5 to 15 minutes to find a game. It was kind of ridiculous. Ooh, okay. So we're going to see the team of Tapu Koko, Arcanine, Celesteela, Garchomp, Ninetales, and Snorlax. This team has been really popularized by Toller Webb, who used it first, I believe. I'm pretty sure he used it to big success first. But also Paul Chua getting second at Nationals with his team. I don't know what to expect here. How do I want to handle this? Because the Rain matchup is very interesting against this team. Scarf Garchomp. Well, it depends on what kind of version it is. Toller ran SD Garchomp. Paul ran Scarf Garchomp. I'm guessing it's a Scarf set. I don't want to handle this. I honestly think Pelipper plus Golduck is fine here. Yeah, I think Pelipper Golduck is fine here. I actually like Scarf Garchomp because Scarf Garchomp actually really just does a lot of work against my opponent's team. And I think Tapu Koko in the back because Electro Ball might actually come in handy where I can't probably bring Serena here. So, gonna go with those 4 Pokemon. The main reason I'm bringing the Tapu Koko is to beat that Celesteela. Kinda wish I had Thunder, to be honest. Let's see how this is gonna go though. If Ninetales leads, that's actually probably good for me because I do get the Rain up. Also, I don't remember if this had Freeze Dry or not. I don't remember if Ninetales had Freeze Dry. As Pelipper Golduck will be our lead. And what's my opponent going to lead? Tapu Koko Garchomp. Okay. I have no reason not to Hydro Vortex the Tapu Koko slot. I really don't. If this is Scarf Garchomp, it can't knock out my Golduck. If it's Tectonic Rage, doesn't matter. I get a very strong Hydro Vortex into the slot. And I guess Ninetales could come out in Fury, yet I don't want to switch out Pelipper because if I get the Tailwind up, I can just pick up the knockout onto Ninetales potentially with like Hydro Pump into Scald. So I'll just Hydro Vortex the Tapu Koko slot, which might be just switching on the Ninetales. I could definitely see that play, but that means I get rid of your Weather Setter turn 1, and that's okay by me. As Ninetales is going to come out, that's going to break my sash on Pelipper too. Yet I don't feel like this is bad at all. At all. So we get the Hydro Vortex off. This is going to bring the Ninetales to Sash. I guess the only problem is if Rock Slide comes out and it flinches my Pelipper. That's worst case scenario. Or No, I don't think a crit knocks out Pelipper, but definitely worst case scenario is getting the flinch. So get the Hydro Vortex off. This is going to bring the Ninetales probably down to its assumable Focus Sash. Unless it's a Light Clay variant, which we've seen rise in popularity. Doesn't actually pick up the knockout. And we do see that Rock Slide. Pelipper, if you... I know it's flinching. Oh, beautiful. Beautiful. Okay, Pelipper putting in the work. Pelipper putting in the work. I don't get what's wrong with that green screen. Okay. Nice, nice. Pelipper putting in that work. So I can probably just Scald the... Well, I definitely don't want... I don't have a switch in the Earthquake. Who's stronger, Pelipper or Golduck? I think their special attack stats should be the same with their max. Yeah, they're the exact same, so no matter what, I'm good. I don't really need Rain Up to win this game, so I'll just Scald. I'll just double Scald here. I'll Scald one of each. No matter what, I'm in a decent enough position. Because, yeah, Ninetales can protect. If you go for Rock Slide, I get the free switch in Tapu Koko, and then Tapu Koko can have a lot of fun. Scald's gonna come out onto the Garchomp. Is that AV? Well, I get the burn on it, which is actually very helpful because I live a Rock Slide now. Let's see. Rock Slide is gonna come out and target down my Pelipper plus Golduck, but they are both able to survive. Nice. And I can just go for a double Scald into Ninetales slot because if it switches, I do punish the switch out. Maybe goes out in a Celesteela. Yet I feel like the... And the burn plus hail is doing 1/8 to Garchomp's health every turn, which is very nice. I will just go for a double Scald. And basically, this is looking great for my Tapu Koko as well as my Scarf Garchomp in the back. They're looking to sweep in the endgame. So I'll just double Scald the Ninetales here. For certain. Ninetales is going to switch out. Celesteela is going to come out. So if I get the burn, that would be great here. If I get the burn, that would be great here. So I do have 2 chances to burn 2 with the 30% chance from Scald. Let's see, no burn on number 1. No burn on number 2 either. Okay, Rock Slide. Pelipper avoids the attack, which is actually, I don't know what I can say about that actually, because I think I wanted that to hit, to be honest. Because now Celesteela can get a Beast Boost. As that Garchomp should be in range of my Scalds. I guess Tapu Koko in the back is could be an issue. I do have Poison Jab, right? If I have Poison Jab, I feel much more comfortable about my position. No, I don't have Poison Jab. Okay, so I don't want my opponent to actually pick up the knockout onto Pelipper just yet. It is my ground immunity, so I'm going to switch on to Garchomp here. And I'm just going to... I think I just want to Hydro Pump the Garchomp, to be honest, because I think Hydro Pump would knock out the Garchomp here. What I want here is getting in Garchomp. Hydro Pump does connect with the Garchomp, which is fantastic. If we can pick up a knockout here, that'd be great, which we do actually. Very nice. Very nice. And Leech Seed's going to come out. Okay, Leech Seed, not going for the Beast Boost instead. So going to seed my Golduck. Golduck is going to be taking quite a bit of HP, 1/10 of its health from Leech Seed, as well as the 1/16 from Hail. Yet again, I'm not really worried about Celesteela too much. I do have my Tapu Koko in the back. Tapu Koko will be able to win this game. I just have to worry about my enemy's Tapu Koko. Like, that's the only thing I'm really worried about is my enemy's Tapu Koko. Tailwind's going to peter out, but I do have my Scarf Garchomp in. My Scarf Garchomp's ready to pick up some KOs. I'm pretty sure Ninetales is going to come back out. Yep. And... I think I'm just gonna I'm gonna fire off an Earthquake here 100%, and I'm just gonna protect Golduck. Like, I don't want him to get the Beast Boost. I really don't want him to get the Beast Boost. So I will just protect Golduck here. And just Earthquake. No drawback play. Celesteela can't knock out my guard jump. The only thing I'm really worried about is... this is a pulse set. It runs wide guard. I guess maybe that's one thing I'm a bit worried about. I should be worried about that, actually. Leechy's gonna come out. Target down my guard jump. Okay. So, my opponent's setting up the seeds. Yeah, it doesn't matter. And now that Hail ended, I might be able to survive one Leechy turn with my Golduck. Let's see here. Garchomp going to be taking a little bit of Leech Seed. Can Golduck live one? I'm pretty sure it should be able to. Nice. Okay. The question is if he Wide Guard now. Too bad I didn't have Poison Jab. Poison Jab would come in handy here. I don't even see the point of needing Rock Slide on this team, to be honest. Coco's going to be sent out. You know I'm Scarf Garchomp already because I outsped Ninetales, so... And this shouldn't be a bulky Coco, unless you're the bulky specs one like Tola originally ran, but I'm not really too worried about that if that's the case. I'm going to switch Harden to Pelipper here, and Earthquake, because the fact that if... Let's say you do go for Wide Guard, or Tapu Koko protects, that's fine too. But the main issue is I do want to get this Tapu Koko away from the field, because Tapu Koko is the only thing that I'm really worried about on my opponent's side. If I get the Earthquake off, great. And if not, I get Pelipper in, save my Golduck, because Hydro Pump is going to be doing a lot to the Tapu Koko. So this is why I want to make this play. This is 100% the reason why I want to make this play. So let's see. Tapu Koko is just going to protect, so I'm guessing it's not Wide Guard. Are you going for Flamethrower Burns? Just a double, okay. That's not too bad. That's not too bad. The only issue... Okay, the only issue is... I'm trying to figure out how I play against Wide Guard. The only issue is how am I going to play against Wide Guard? Wide Guard, I think, just screws me over in the long run. I don't want to stall on my rain turns. I'm going for Scald. Oh, nice. He's not Wide Guard. Okay. Nice. So we get the Earthquake off, and this should be able to pick up the knockout on Tapu Koko. Yes. Okay. So Tapu Koko goes down. If it was Wide Guard, I would have to rely on probably Golduck to handle, and I would have had to play maybe 50-50s whether he protects or not. But nice. Able to get a Scald off too, which does so much damage. Leech Seed in the Pelipper. Surprising, not trying to get the Beast Boost again. But I'm definitely going to switch out my Garchomp here. I'm not going to go hard Tapu Koko because that could be a choke if my opponent crits. Actually, I don't think you would ever target down the Garchomp slot. Although you could anticipate you could predict that, I guess. You know what? I'm going hard at Tapu Koko, and I'm protecting. I'm going hard Tapu Koko. I'm impatient. Hard Tapu Koko here. And the protect. I wonder if Electric Ball does more than Thunderbolt to Celesteela. I guess it depends on the variant. Leech Seed's gonna go out. Ooh, okay. Okay. Doesn't really matter though. A Thunderbolt plus Scald will be able to pick up the knockout anyway. Very nice play. Yet I still don't think it matters in the end game. You don't have a Beast Boost. You should have been going for the Beast Boost, because I think that was your only way to win. And I have 2 turns of Electric Terrain, so I'll just Thunderbolt plus Scald. He needs to hope for a double, and even if he gets a double, it's still very unlikely my opponent actually pulls this through. The match is going to be forfeited, and we will take the first game. Very nice, very nice. I think I just knew what I wanted to do from turn 1. Tapu Koko was a huge threat. We were able to get the Tailwind up pretty easily, start weakening my opponent's team for that Scarf Garchomp, and leaving that Celesteela quite alone, just so my Tapu Koko could handle it in endgame. So I feel like it was played pretty well. Was there anything I could have done better? There probably were. I guess if I predicted a Ninetales switch, I could have just went for like a Hydro Pump instead. because it would have still been in Scarf Earthquake range. Like, the problem was scary how Tapu Koko could be. Also, the fact maybe I didn't play well enough because I didn't respect wide guards much. Who knows? But we find someone from Japan, a 1611 rating, with the team of Kartana, Tapu Koko. The one Gashadon user in this entire game. Okay. Kartana, Tapu Koko, Garchomp, Arcanine, Mimikyu, and Gashadon. That's very interesting. That's a very interesting team. How do I want to handle it? Serena does really well. Serena does really well. Golduck's so good. Yet I have to get rid of the Gastron. I do kind of want to lead Pelipper plus Golduck. I mean Pelipper plus Garchomp, to be honest, because I feel like those two are going to be the combination that can just do a lot of work against my opponent's team. Serena in the back. Maybe Metagross. The problem is that my opponent leads Garchomp. Yet I don't think you lead Garchomp against Rain. Metagross is viable. There are a lot of things that could be viable for me. Golduck is also good in a late game. The problem is I'm probably going to have to deal with the Gashadon a lot more. So I think it's between Koko and Metagross. I think Koko is fine here though, because Dazzling Gleam is going to hurt, and Thunderbolt are just going to hurt my opponent's Mon so much. So this is going to be a hard one to win. The fact that you have Gashadon, you definitely don't lead Gashadon here, I feel like. You could lead Gashadon, yet I don't feel like you would. I mean, it doesn't appreciate Hurricanes early. Yeah, Mimikyu Kartana. That makes more sense. Which, you know, kind of upsets me that I actually led this, because I would have preferred to get a Flamethrower off into Kartana. Bloom Doom Kartana is going to also be annoying as well. I think I just want to weaken the Mimikyu though. I don't really fear Kartana as much. I think I'm just going to Earthquake plus Scald. Break the Disguise. Just get as much damage as possible. Kartana's going to withdraw too. Gashadon? I should have Hurricane. I didn't expect my opponent to go hard Gashadon. The reason I didn't expect my opponent to go hard Gashadon is I feel like he didn't need to there when I could have just Hurricane the Mimikyu slot. Or the Kartana. What if I Hurricane the Kartana? That would have done a lot. Let's see, are you Trick Rooming here? I think you would. You're slower than Pelipper. That special attack drop's gonna... yeah. Well, special attack boost. I forgot about Gashadon for a second there. But it's not like I really forgot about it. I just didn't think he would do that. I think I'm just gonna go for Hurricane into Mimikyu. Bring in my Serena. Ice Beam's gonna hurt so much. Ice Beam's gonna hurt a lot. Oh, and my opponent actually does carry Ice Beam. Oh, this is gonna hurt. Toxic? At least my opponent didn't double up in the Garchomp slot. This is not looking good right here. Hurricane's gonna come out, do a lot to Mimikyu. Nice. I definitely need to keep Serena alive. I don't know if he's gonna Mighty Water here. I'm just gonna Hurricane the Mimikyu. Actually, Mimikyu might be in range of like Scarf Earthquake Sweep. Maybe I should just Hurricane the Gashadon then? Well, 3 turns of Trick Room, that's gonna be annoying. Gonna protect here and Hurricane the Gashadon slot. I did not play this one well. Ice Beam gonna go out into Serena, and Shadow Claw's gonna come out and target down Pelipper. Okay. So Hurricane's gonna come out, target down the Gashadon. Almost picks the knockout, and we get the confusion actually. But it does have a berry. Okay, if it wasn't holding a berry, Feint would have been able to pick up the knockout, and that would have been the end of my Gashodon problems. Unfortunately, he does carry the berry, which is going to be the citrus berry. 2 turns of rain left. I'm going to switch out into my Tapu Koko and just Hurricane to Mimikyu. The problem is if Gaston has recover. Yeah, if it's Citrus Berry, I kind of doubt it has recover, to be honest. And if it's Ice Beam, I don't think it might have no recover. So let's see. Confusion. Nope, gets the Ice Beam off. That's okay though. Yeah, that's okay. No freeze. Fortunately, Shadow Claw is going to come out. Ooh, double targeting the Tapu Koko slot. So Tapu Koko goes down as well. Okay. Either way, I did not have a switch in. I absolutely did not have a switch in. Mimikyu is going to go down to the Hurricane, which is good. Yet, I don't think I'm going to be able to sweep the game as well as I want to. Serena comes out. Arcanine's going to come out. Okay. I guess maybe one way I can win this game is if Gastrodon hits itself and the Arcanine's faster than my... it's still an interesting end game of how this would play out. I'm going to Hurricane the Arcanine slot and I'm just going to protect Serena here. I don't mind if I get the... I don't mind here if Pelipper gets knocked out. I get my Garchomp in and Garchomp can start doing some work. So let's see here. Let's see. But what scares me is we haven't seen a Z move from my opponent at all. We haven't seen a Z move from my opponent at all, which is one thing that scares me. Gastrodon's so confused. Ice Beam comes out, targets on Serena. Arcanine is slower, goes for Snarl. Oh, Pelipper coming in clutch with that 1 HP. Getting this Hurricane off is huge because it does put the Arcanine in range of Earthquake. Nice, okay. So we're still in this. If Garchomp can 2 a KO to Kartana, we are still in this. Trick Room's gonna fade. Garchomp's gonna come out. I go for Feint plus Earthquake here. Into the Gastrodon slot. I feel like it'd be Z with Mimikyu, so maybe there's a chance. Maybe there's a chance. With Rough Skin. I'm gonna Feint the Gastrodon though. Yeah, I have to win a Scarf Earthquake, no matter what. I'm going to Feint the Gastrodon. Who's going to try to protect here, which I do understand. Yeah, and either way, it didn't matter. That didn't matter, because you had to go for Protect there, and I would have fainted anyway, so this does not matter. Okay, it's going to come down to whether the Kartana is Bloom Doom or not. Earthquake will be able to knock out every single Pokemon on this field right here, as it does. I'm surprised Arcanine didn't try to switch out into Kartana. But that is okay by me. Maybe going for a Will-O-Wisp in case I try to set up with like a Swords Dance or something. Okay, okay. Let's see here. Kartana. Comes down to whether your Z move. If you're Scarf too, that's also a problem. If you're Scarf, you outspeed and KO my team. Which I think you might actually be Scarf. Well, you're not Scarf. Unless this is like Jolly Scarf Garchomp. Earthquake does over 50%. Oh, my heart. Nice. Wait. Do you have Vacuum Wave? Are you a Vacuum Wave Kartana? I must know. Nice. Oh man, that was a close one. That was a close one. I don't know what item that Kartana was. Crit didn't matter. But we will take that. Woo! Garchomp putting in the work. That's Garchomp putting in the work. Serena also putting in some work as well. Oh man, don't know what to say. I guess misplays obviously was the turn 1 Scald. If I went for Hurricane, I should have always went for Hurricane that position. I just thought, you know, I try to get more damage into Mimikyu since Scald is more base power because of the rain. But should have went for Hurricane. Should have always went for Hurricane there. Never risked the Gastron coming in, because then that Gastron was able to do work. But I feel like I was able to claw the way in based on how I played. I didn't care if Tapu Koko got knocked down to switch in. I just needed to stall. I just needed to stall some turns. Going for the Hurricane was the correct play, because getting that chip damage into Arcanine was so huge, putting in the guaranteed Earthquake range. So yeah, we're gonna be right back with the 3rd game. Alright, we are back. Some stuff happened in between recording this video, between the last battle and the present right here, so I ended up getting called to go somewhere, didn't come back till late, and this video was supposed to go up yesterday, but ended up I'm going to finish this video and put it out today. So, and my record is different if people have not noticed, because I did stream some Battle Spot earlier today on twitch.tv/JamesBaek1. So if you haven't hit up my Twitch channel, definitely go check it out. We also hit 1,000 followers today, so that is impressive. So definitely highly checking it out. And while you're watching this, when this video comes out, actually I'll be streaming some Splatoon 2 multiplayer, so that's also some good stuff. Anyway, our opponent has the team of Metagross, Milotic, Muk, Arcanine, Araquanid, and Tapu Bulu. Very interesting team. Very weak to Garchomp. I wish I had a Oh wait, I do have a Garchomp on this team. Yet unfortunately it's not Groundium Z. Groundium Z would actually destroy my opponent's team. What's interesting is no weather control. Huh. That's extremely interesting. But rain actually does match up well against my opponent's team. Pelipper Golduck is probably the lead and play I want to pick. With what? Tapu Koko in the back. Garchomp could be good. I think Metagross might be more solid though, as a Tapu Bulu switch in. Also hits Muk. I actually like Metagross. I'm going to bring it. Garchomp could have been interesting, but I don't think my opponent's going to bring Pokemon such as Arcanine, for instance, to this kind of matchup. I don't think you bring Arcanine at all, especially since you know I shouldn't bring Serena in this matchup. Well, I could have brought Serena, but doesn't really help. Only helps with Feint, to be honest. Does nothing else. Could be used to damage my Milotic, but I don't think it's the most solid call. So let's see here. And sorry you're hearing like some computer stuff. I had to restart my computer because I tried to record this earlier bit, but it started lagging. So my opponent leads the Muk plus the Milotic, so very interesting. Hydro Vortex should be able to knock out Muk. I kind of want to double protect the Scout for a protect of his own, so I will do just that. I'll just double protect here, and if he does go for protect, I do have Encore on my Golduck, so either way I am very solid up here in my position. No speed control is very interesting. You think it'd be Scarf Milotic? It could be Scarf Milotic, so I might want to get the Tailwind up with Pelipper. But also I do want to predict maybe a Tapu Bulu switch in the following turn. We'll see what happens here. I'm going to double protect, scout out what my opponent's going to do. Maybe he has a trick or two up its sleeve. Ice Beam going to come out into Pelipper, not really doing much. And then a knockoff into Pelipper as well, so doubling up my Pelipper. Either way, Hydro Vortex is to play in the Muk, and I will just Tailwind up here. Don't see a reason not to go for the Hydro Vortex. I could go for Scald here, expecting maybe Protect, but I do have Encore. So no matter what, I'm not really too worried. No matter what, I'm just going to try to start picking up some knockouts. I did waste one turn of rain trying to scout maybe a potential Protect, or maybe a switch in the Tapu Bulu, which I could have expected. Because even though Tapu Bulu would have taken a lot, I think it would have been better than just losing Muk on its own. But my opponent doesn't Protect here, so this is a Hydro Vortex in rain, which should be able to knock out a Muk. We'll see here. And I'm not really worried about my Milotic, as I said. Maybe I'll get some chip damage on it with Hurricane in the future. But as always, I do have my Tapu Koko in the back. Of course, I am a bit worried about a Walking Berry set, because I do have the rain powering up the opponent's Milotic, but I should still be good regardless. That Muk is Assault Vest. No, it's not. It lived. Huh? Am I missing something? I didn't think Muk would survive that, to be completely honest. Gets a crit on the Ice Beam. How unfortunate. As Pelipper will get the Tailwind up. Maybe I should have scalded first then. I didn't. I guess I don't know my Golduck calcs. I could have sworn Hydro Vortex just picks up the knockout Muck. Apparently I'm wrong. Apparently I'm wrong. So I'm going to go hard into Tapu Koko here because Tapu Koko can just do a lot of damage here. I think I want to, what? I'm going to be out of rain turn soon. And this is where I kind of wish I had Thunder because I'm not sure if Thunderbolt will KO Milotic. I know Thunder would 100%. Milotic could protect here. I think I'm just going to protect my Tapu Koko and just Scald the Muck slot. The Tapu Bulu could come in, which is a bit scary, but I think I have to go for it. I guess Tapu Bulu could come in. I don't really have much, though. Maybe I just didn't make the most optimal plays. Maybe I should just Scald to turn 1. I guess Hydro Vortex was dumb. I guess you live and learn, I guess, because I was expecting Muck just to fall to Hydro Vortex. I wonder how much... I should calc how much that does normally after this video. But now I'm in a not so great position. I'm not in a great position. Miloc's going to withdraw. I'm guessing Tapu Bulu is going to come in. Yep. So Tapu Bulu is going to come out. And I'm guessing Muck protects or goes for Poison Jab. Well, I'm going to protect Koko here. Volt Switch would have been nice here. Yeah, Muck protects. I could Encore the Muck slot potentially, yet I don't feel like that's worth. I guess this is why I brought Metagross here. Metagross now is helpful. Metagross is helpful here. Because I can now go into Metagross and just protect my Golduck. So now my Metagross is going to be threatening my opponent's team. Like, my opponent doesn't exactly have reliable Metagross answers. So Metagross will come out. And let's see, protecting Golduck. And let's see what my opponent goes for. The Z move. Oh, it's Bloom Doom coming out, which I don't think will be able to knock out my... I don't think it will knock out my Golduck, but that's still scary. Bloom Doom is going to come out and target down my... That's going to target down my Golduck, and that's... Oh, Metagross. Oh, okay. So Metagross is going to be taking a lot. Maybe anticipating the switch. Probably Poison Jab and Bloom Doom into that slot. Yeah. Okay. That's fair. That's a lot better, actually. Yeah, that's a lot better. Okay. So I have to get rid of Tapu Bulu no matter what. I'll just Meteor Mash the Tapu Bulu slot. And I think I'm just going to Encore the Muck and the Poison Jab since it can't really do much to my team. Since Tapu Bulu could protect and I could see a knockoff maybe. Yeah, this is one of the good points where I have my Metagross in. It just doesn't really get threatened by anything other than potential Milotic. And I don't really mind sacking Golduck to Tapu Bulu because I think Tapu Koko plus Metagross is going to be the Pokemon that are going to carry me on its back. So we're going to see the switch out on a Rockwind, so bring double water against this team. Muck's also going to withdraw and go out into Milotic. Okay. Not good here. As I Meteor Mash into the Rockwind slot. Rain does stop. This is not looking good. Tailwind Peter's out from my side as well. I guess I have to hope that Zen Headbutt can knock flinch a Rockwind here, I guess, and I hope Scald doesn't burn. I think that's the only win condition I have. So I'm gonna go out into my Tapu Koko here and Zen Headbutt this Rockwind. I'm still gonna have to play around the Tapu Bulu no matter what, which is kind of annoying. Bring out my Tapu Koko here. Bring out the Electric Terrain, so now my opponent can't heal, yet I can't heal my Metagross, which is a bit annoying. Mud Sport. I've seen that before. I have seen that before. We get the Zen Headbutt off, and that will be able to do a lot to the Araquanid. That has to be Scarf Melodic. There's no way, I think. You're not Scarf Melodic. But Araquanid does flinch though, which is helpful. If that is Scarf Melodic, I think it has to switch out into Tapu Bulu here. So I'm actually going to Gleam plus Meteor Mash as the Melodic does switch out and go out into Tapu Bulu. So I do call that correctly, yet I still think I'm in not the greatest position here. As I will be able to get a Gleam off and a Meteor Mash. As Araquanid's actually going to switch out too. Oh, that's actually really good for me. So out comes the Muck here. I get a Gleam off. I get a Meteor Mash off. That's not bad for my situation at all. I get a crit on Tapu Bulu, which doesn't matter. I would actually prefer to crit on Muck because it would have done more. Meteor Mash is going to come out, target down to Tapu Bulu, as Tapu Bulu will go down. Okay, so this game is definitely still winnable. This game is definitely still winnable. Scarf Melodic is going to be annoying to play around, though. Grassy terrain is also recovering Muck to a decent amount. I also wonder if the Araquanid carries Wide Guard. Melodic's gonna come out here. I think I just go for Meteor Mash into Muck as well as another Dazzling Gleam here. If it's Scarf Melodic, it has to go for Hydro Pump to knock out Tapu Koko. And the worst thing I have to really worry about is a Scald burning here. So I'm actually just gonna Gleam Meteor Mash. Not sure what the Muck is going to do, but I think I'm in an okay spot no matter what here. It's still a tricky position no matter what, but I feel like I'm putting myself in the position where it's more likely I can win this game. Like, it's not over yet. It's definitely not over. But if Melodic goes for a Scald and burns my Metagross, then we're in a tough time. We're in a tough time. Muck's going to protect you. Okay. So my opponent playing it safe there. Scald's gonna come out and target down my Tapu Koko. Okay. I guess the burn. But I don't think it matters because I think Scald's a 2-hit knockout anyway. And it is Scarf Melodic as I do confirm it here. A Meteor Mash into the Protect. I mean, Muck has to go for knockoff here. I mean, it's definitely not an unwinnable game. That terrain recovering the Muck is annoying, though. I'm going to go out hard into Golduck here. And just protect my Tapu Koko. Because I'm pretty sure just knockoff is going to go out into my Golduck slot. So I'm going to get Golduck back in. Most likely you have to go for knockoff here. And we're probably just going to see Scald and Tapu Koko. It's a very safe, no drawback play. So Scald's going to target down my Tapu Koko slot as a knockoff into the Golduck. Which, you know, I minimize my damage here. And I can potentially now threaten this Muck with a lot of damage. Scald will do a decent amount. That knockoff did a lot though. That knockoff did a lot. I definitely want to go for the Scald into the Muck slot. You know, I could potentially get a burn. It's chip damage. I might as well double with Koko, because there's no point of not going for a double, because you know Tapu Koko is going to get targeted down anyway. Although, maybe the better play was to go into Metagross, but I don't want to risk. I think Metagross is more helpful than Koko at this point. As we see the Scald into the Tapu Koko slot, and we get our own Scald. Maybe we can get a burn like he did to our Koko. Very nice, very nice. Okay. His knockoff, gonna target down Tapu Koko slot. So my opponent wasn't anticipating that Metagross, which is why I never wanted to switch into it. Okay, that's actually really good for us. That's really good for us. As Golduck is actually very healthy now. And we kind of negate a little bit of this Muck's recovery. I do want to Scald the Muck again, I think. Effects of Mudsport are now gone. So, Hydro Pump could knock out the Muck. But the problem... Like, I think I could win with Coco, to be honest. But I think Metagross maybe has a better chance at this rate. So I'll go for Scald into Muck. And... You know what, we'll go for triple. Like, it doesn't matter at this point what Coco does, because we know it's going to get targeted here with a Scald. There's no reason for it not to. So, go for that Protect. Scald into the Tapu Koko slot like it should. Nice. As we go for Scald into the Muck slot. And Knockoff is going to go. Yep, he kept targeting down. Yeah, you should always go for Knockoff there, because you never should let my Metagross get in for free. And now it's going to get tricky. It's going to be playing around a burn. It's going to be playing around a burn. And already 2 for 2 Scalds already got the burn. So... Metagross is in. It's a Assault Vest, so it can definitely take 2 Scalds at least. At this rate, Golduck might be able to 1v1 Milotic if I can get a Scald burn. I'm pretty sure Muck just stays in the attacks. It could protect, but I think going for the Zen Headbutt is still a fine play into the Milotic. I could anticipate the Muck to switch out, yet I don't think you should risk your Rockrunnid, like, ever. I really don't think that would be the play. I don't think you should ever risk a Rockrunnid right here. So, besides, a Rockrunnid doesn't appreciate Scald, Meteor Mash combination, potentially. I'm pretty sure you should just protect, or, yeah, you should always just protect, or you should just stay in an attack. So let's see, it comes down to whether the Scald burns, I think. Doesn't do much damage, doesn't get the burn, which is very helpful. Do we connect Meteor Mash is the question. We do, so that's a very important Meteor Mash off into Milotic. Damage. And I guess it comes down to another Scald burn. I will Zen Headbutt the Milotic here 100%. I will always Scald the Muck slot and Zen Headbutt the Milotic. This game is really down to the wire, people. It is really down to the wire. Scald into the Muck. Zen Headbutt into the Milotic. Alright. Comes down. Come on, Metagross. I honestly thought that was going to burn there. Well, we could miss Zen Headbutt. Muck goes down. Oh! This Metagross is putting in the finest of work. Milotic goes down. Are we actually going to come back with this win? I'm speechless right now. I mean, it's a Rockrunnid back. Yep, a Rockrunnid's back in. I can just Scald and Zen Headbutt. He has to attack the Metagross. Scald comes out. How much does this do? Should be 15%. Yep. Zen Headbutt actually connects. Ooh, that's close. I don't know if Scald actually finishes off. Well, we saw it was Z-move on the... Oh yeah, we saw Ayapapa Berry, plus we... Was it Ayapapa? It was like some kind of berry, and we also saw that the Bulu had the Z-move. So this is a Rockrunnid can KO my Golduck, I think. I don't think it can KO Golduck. I think we win. I'm not sure if Scald KOs. I'm pretty sure it will at this range. Oh man. Scald comes out. I can't believe we actually won that. I misplayed so hard and had to get so lucky to win this game, but we actually pulled it off. We actually pulled it off. Insane. Insane. So, I didn't know my Muck Calc. So, I should have just Scalded turn 1. I should have just Scalded a Muck because Scald onto Muck was free. Basically, because I didn't care if I waste my Hydro Vortex, because I wouldn't be going for Hydro Vortex. And if Scald in a Hydro Vortex would have been able to knock out the Muck. Also, I guess I'd protect Pelipper and just Scald the Muck turn 1. That was definitely a misplay. And then I think I just made the plays I needed to. in order to get back. I knew I had to flinch the rock when it was in headbutt that one turn. I think Coco was basically worthless at that point. I had to basically rely on Metagross avoiding the Scald Burn and hitting all his Zen Headbutts, which, you know what, it did. Metagross pulling the team odds back. Very exciting, very long game for the last episode. If you did enjoy it, please leave a like down below. It shows your support, as well as you can check out the rest of the content down below, whether it's new videos, social medias of mine. Of course, follow my Twitch channel. The paste man, well, there's no paste man in this team. It's a QR code down below. I don't know, try saying that times fast. But anyway, you can check all that stuff down below. If you want to say anything, feel free to leave a comment down below, especially if you wanted to see me use a new team. Let me know what you want to see in the future. Otherwise, I'll catch you guys and girls out there later.